The Georgia woman fighting a flesh-eating disease could get out of the hospital soon. That's the hope anyway. She's showing so much improvement that we wanted to share this picture that the dad of Aimee Copeland shared with all of us. In fact, Andy Copeland is here with us right now, and I wanted to come out and just say, welcome. It's so great to see you.
Thank you, Robin.
And I think that from what I hear of your daughter, the things that come out that she said, you must share her enthusiasm right now. In terms of she's getting better. How is she the last time you talked to her?
Well, actually, her spirits are wonderful right now. In fact, I spoke to her on Monday, and she told me Monday one of her goals was she wanted to finish her thesis and be able to walk for graduation in December. Now, that's a really ambitious schedule, and I told her, I said, Amy, you don't have to hold to that because she's got a lot that she needs to take care of first, and that's her rehab. She needs to learn to use prosthetic limbs, but she is so doggedly determined to get that thesis completed. It's amazing.
I wonder about her attitude. Do the doctors find that her attitude is so remarkable given what she's been through? She's lost a hand and both feet?
She's actually lost both hands.
Wow. And
she lost her right foot, actually her right leg below the knee,
yeah.
and her left leg about the hip-high amputation. So, I mean, she's remarkable. The way that she's handled it with such grace just blows me away.
Now, as we look at this picture, now we've seen pictures of her from before the ziplining accident, and she is a beautiful young woman. And I look at here, and she has glasses on, and she still strikes me as beautiful, that there's something glowing about her.
There definitely is a glow about her, and I told her that when I saw the photograph. I really fell in love with the photograph because, and she said, Dad, I'm so pale in that photograph. And I said, well, honey, you've been in a hospital for 50 days.
Yeah.
And so, but I told her it is. To me, there's a genuine glow, a really soothing honesty about her look.
How do you explain that? Is that because they said you may not survive?
Well, they did. Actually, the doctors told us that she'd be in the hospital for months recovering for this. There's another young lady that went through the same exact thing about almost exactly a year before Amy. She was at doctor's hospital for 4 months. Mm-hmm. Now, Amy does have a rehab process to go through, so in all fairness, that could be considered part of her hospital time. But the rehab process is something she's really looking forward to as a challenge to be able to overcome.
Yeah. So what is the prognosis then? What are the doctors saying?
Prognosis is wonderful. I think her rehab, you know, and she has to take every day one step at a time. Sure. But right now, the fact that she's alive, the fact that all of her major organs are back online, the fact that she is at a point where she's ready to leave Doctor's Hospital in Augusta says that, you know, we've just been amazingly blessed through this.
Now, people get to hear a little bit about what Amy is saying to you through your blog. How do we find that?
Okay, the blog is at simply aimeecopeland.com.
Mm-hmm. And can people ask questions there? Some of our viewers want to say things like, how do you cope? Are you in shock? They're asking you, the father.
And that's a good question. I've even addressed this in some of my earlier blogs, so if you kind of go back, you kind of get a timeline of what we've been through as a family. And yes, you can actually come in and write a comment, and I'm actually reading the comments just before I came on air, but there's a lot of comments. We've had 549 comments to my last post, so I try to get in there and read them all.
What comments mean the most to Amy? Or cards or calls? Or
it's amazing. I think there's a lot of comments where people use scripture, Bible scripture. I think in their comments that means a lot to Amy. Or even people that share their own personal testimonies of what they've been through. That also means a lot to Amy. It's just, I think everything does. We read, I sat by her bed on Monday and just read card after card after card to her until she basically went to sleep. So she does, she enjoys hearing the responses.
You know, I know that all of our viewers are so amazed at your resilience, especially everyone in the family, but of course, mostly Amy as well. And we wish you guys so much, so much luck, and so much health.
Well, I just want to say also, her mother isn't here to be with me, but her mother is just the backbone of this entire thing. So she has just been so resolutely strong through this. Yeah. I just love her to death. And Donna, thank you for being there with Amy.
Yeah. And I just want our fellow viewers to know, too, that Amy and the family do wake up and watch the morning show, so their positive thoughts are going right to her.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Wish you guys a lot of luck.
Thank you, Robin.
That was just really touching.